First part which we touched was ultimate usage. That part right here. Let's take a look at this situation. What is the ideal time to use our window here and why?
I mean, I really don't know. I feel like if I put the window there, it's not going to do anything because they're all behind that corner over there anyway.
The main point of the window, whatever you do, honestly, is just to force certain resources, to force these cooldowns, force those abilities, so eventually we can get kills. So let's imagine the enemy team, they approaching from this corner, like I call it A corner, right here, and they want to go towards the B corner. The big thing about the window is that we want to just catch the enemy team in the middle of rotation. The ideal usage of your window would be somewhere around here, where they're in the middle, because we'll have a dilemma. They will either have to push up more towards your team, which will lead to a situation where you will still do damage towards them, because they will be pushing, will be dealing a lot of damage, will be dealing a lot of pressure, and eventually someone's gonna die. If the enemy team will decide to go back, again, it forces resources, and at the same time we buy our team a little bit more time, which is really crucial here. From the positioning part, catching guys, enemy team in the middle, so somewhere around here is really important. Right now, using the window, right when the Reinhardt starts pushing, is good. There is important part in it, such as tempo. So do you remember the tempo concept, what that means?
Whoever has more people or ultimates is going to be moving forward, and the people with less are going to be moving back.
Exactly. So who has the tempo now?
Blue team.
Blue team. And why they have the tempo?
Because they have that Moira ultimate.
Exactly. So that is a good indicator for us to know that these guys will be starting pushing. So if you're not sure, if you cannot get this visual confirmation as well, there's a big thing such as sound. Sometimes you can still do visual confirmation, like we can see this big beam going through, right? As soon as you realize they start pushing, you just want to place that window. So we not necessarily just want to look with our own eyes. Right now, if I understand the tempo concept, sorry, as soon as we hear the Moira ultimate, we can be thinking, oh, okay, they're gonna press W, so I want to start with a window. They have 6 members, we have 6 members, and then they're pressing one more ultimate. We just want to even out the chances to win the fight. We just initiate, force them to use their defensive, and that is good enough for us. Later, what we want to aim for is catch this perfect timing. So like right here already, or even slightly early if you want to be using your window. Let's give you another example. Let's say here the enemy team starts pushing. Let's call it like an A corner. The enemy team, they just start here and they want to approach towards the point. And the next corner which they want to go after is this one. Ideally, the way you want to use your window is use it in the middle of their rotation. Right here. They will have an option. Either go in a little bit more and take even more damage, or go back and again it leads to taking a lot of damage and wasting a lot of time. A lot of times what's gonna happen as well, if we catch them in the middle here, is that we force enemy team in the bad positions as well. Think about it like a zone and ultimate. Think about your window like a McCree ultimate or maybe a Diva bomb. It's actually the same concept. You zone out the enemy team in a not good positions, because you catch them here, you will be maybe forcing them to hide in there. And then this position is really easy to push for your team to capitalize on it, because this position don't have any safe rotation towards the point. If we're going through the main, that is not considered safe rotation because we'll be in line of sight of the enemy team. Let's just use the terms friendly space and enemy space. Let's say now, this entire area, because we have most of our members kind of concentrated in these areas, yeah, maybe even we can call this entire area, is friendly space. And the enemy space, once the enemy team will start approaching the gates, will be this black spot. Let's call it A, and our friendly will be B. As soon as you see enemy space entering into your space, start going in it, then we want to start our window. How to understand if they're going in or not is just to see, are they pushing through the corner? This is corner, and then they will be approaching towards the next one. That means they start pushing your space. Or it can be backwards. Your space, your friendly space, can be pushing their space. So that is the time when our Reinhardt got deleted. So we just reset a little and we start with the window here. Is it a good time for us to use the window?
Think so, because we're down 2 and they're down 1.
So from tempo perspective, it looks fine. But if we talk about the timing perspective, if we just put it right as soon as possible, is it good enough? Or should we wait a little bit longer? Or should we place it even earlier?
Probably should have waited so that I can actually do something with it.
Friendly space is this one. Like, this is our friendly space where we have our resources concentrated. And the enemy space is that one, the yellow area. As soon as they start pushing your area, that is the time when you want to press your ultimate. Because this way, you'll be forcing the biggest amount of resources. You'll have big chance of getting killed. As soon as they start pushing from this A corner towards the B, honestly, you can already start using it. You see, enemy team start pushing from A to B, use the ultimate. That is the best way. So even now, already, you can just start with that, because they're also using visor, so they're about to press W, so you're just like, no, you can't do that. But you want to do it slightly later, as soon as they start kind of like going from this A to B corner, this sort of thing. Yeah, also if they do that, if they do TP, you can also consider that, of course, they're going from A to B, they entering your space, so you want to shut down them. So that is the best time. I feel like this ultimate is good. This is much better ultimate, but you can polish it even more from just the timer perspective. The window, what it does, it forces resources. It forces eventually kills as a result. So because we put the window right here, can we force enemy team resources? If yes, then what kind of resources?
We could probably make... Trying to see closer. Can you go in a little closer so I can tell who's there?
Yeah, sure.
Anna probably... Oh, she already used nade, so I was going to say maybe make her use that, but she already used that. Okay. Reinhardt, we could break his shield, maybe Orissa's.
Okay.
I don't know, it feels like a lot of them in this picture are already using their resources. Orissa's fortified.
Yeah, exactly.
Anna used nade, and Reinhardt's swinging, but his shield...
So there's almost only one resource left, I would say. Like, pretty much Reinhardt shield left, and then if the Reinhardt don't have his shield, where he is going to be forced to play if he is stuck in this position right here?
Either behind the cart or in that building.
Okay, so is it easy position for you to push as a team, or like inside the building? Is it pushable?
I think so.
Yeah, so that is the point of our windows. First of all, because they, as you mentioned, don't have that many resources, we can easily get a kill or two, and also force enemy team not in those good positions, like hide behind the cart. It's again really easy to push. The enemy team, they're not gonna have safe rotations towards the spawn. If Reinhardt's hiding behind the cart, you can just surround them like that, and he's dead. Or he's inside this building, again, it's not gonna end up well if he's one behind the pillars. Again, if we use this concept to just understand a little bit more, friendly and enemy space, friendly and enemy corner, our team starts pushing from this corner towards that corner, pushing from A to B. And then when they do so, if there is any enemy team member between those corners, we can just shut down this member with our window. If the enemy member is behind the corner, behind the B corner, then we don't want to be using the window because they can easily hide. But if they're in between those spaces, those corners, we want to use our window and just shut down those, because then it'll be really easy to push, or we can get those kills. So this is exactly the situation where our friendly space is pushing this enemy space like here. The enemy team, they're making really big mistake. They're pushing on this main already. If you just put your window, you shoot the Reinhardt shield, well, that is okay. You don't have a choice to be on off angle or something like that. Maybe technically it could be around here. That is could be a little bit better, but still, fundamentally, this window is already good enough.